Hello, everybody, and good morning, and welcome to this video from lovely Pedasi, Panama. Thought I'd make a quick video this morning talking about what's going on down in Pedasi. There's a lot of information coming up on the different Facebook channels, a little bit coming up on some websites, things like that about what's going on in Panama currently with the protests. I'm not going to get into the politics of it all because I don't fully understand it all. It's complicated like all politics. So I'm not going to discuss any of that. Currently, we're in a situation where there's some protests going on about some environmental issues, some mining issues, things like that. So within these protests, there's been some road closures over the last 3-4 weeks where the protests are closing down the roads in order to get the government to notice the issues. Within these road closures, obviously, it's affecting people that are coming for looking at real estate on vacations, people that are coming back as snowbirds, because that season's coming up now because we're entering into almost into December now. I think it's November 18th today. So there's a lot of questions that come up. I don't know what's going on everywhere in the country. Every section of this country is a little bit different. There's different issues, there's different politics depending on the region of the country. All I can talk about is what I know, what I consider myself to be somewhat of an expert in, which is Pedasi, which is where I live, which is where I sell real estate, which is where I do business. So Pedasi in general hasn't really been too affected by the protest directly. Down here, it's harder to drive here. The highway going from Panama City, Tocumen Airport, Rio Hato, things like that. Most of the road closures are out of the way over the evening, sometimes from 8, 9 o'clock at night up until 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So a lot of the buses, a lot of the shuttle vans, a lot of that are doing overnight trips is what they're doing right now. So it's just a matter of kind of traveling at a different time of day in order to get down to Pedasi. During the day, the biggest problem that we have in this area is that the bridge at La Villa de los Santos, which is the town just before Chitre, the protesters do tend to close that bridge down, which makes it hard to get up to Chitre. However, getting to Los Tablas or getting down to Vanau, getting down to Cañas, Cambutal, all those things tend not to be any type of a problem in this area. If you don't want to travel at night, do what I just did. I just had to go up to the city for 3 or 4 days on business to help out a client, and I flew. So Air Panama is again apparently flying in and out of Pedasi. So you can go on Air Panama's website. There's also charter companies that have always flown in and out of Pedasi, and that's what most people are choosing to use right now are the charter companies, which are Morgan Tours, AMF, Sky Blue, and there's a couple other smaller ones. I'm going to put a link below this video to, we have what's called our Pedasi travel guide, which gives all the information on being able to book the tours, the charters, those things, and all the links, all the phone numbers, all the information to those phone numbers are all within that part of our website in order to help people so they don't have to dig through the internet. They don't have to ask a million times on Facebook for that information. We have a dedicated page on our website to all that type of information. Okay. So you can get a hold of the charters or you can look on Air Panama's website right from our website. We just do it as a pure service type of a thing. So basically, the only way that we've really been affected here is there's a little bit of a shortage of some fruits and some vegetables because a lot of that stuff comes out of Chiriquí, i.e. like the Boquete Volcan area, which tend to have a few more roadblocks. And so some of the produce that's produced in that area is not reaching us here. But as far as fuel, there has been no fuel shortages in Pedasi. As far as propane, there has been no propane shortages in Pedasi whatsoever. As far as meat, chicken, rice, beans, any of the other foods. You go to the grocery stores in this area, they are fully stocked. Some of the things like tomatoes, cucumbers, broccoli, if they're available, they become a little bit more expensive, but that's because there's just the suppliers are charging more because the farmers are charging more, and then the retailers have to charge more. But there has been no major shortages of fuel, propane, none of that stuff in this area whatsoever. life kind of continue on as normal in our quiet little town here. Tourists are still coming and going from Panama all the time. People that are coming in to visit and check out Pedasi, and there's been a couple very, very small peaceful protests in the park from the locals that want to have their voices heard politically. But there's been no violence. There's been no riots. It's Pedasi. It doesn't. That type of stuff just has never ever happened here. So, anyways, this is the lowdown from somebody who's here, somebody who does business here, somebody who wants to keep things positive here, and these are the facts. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'll see if I can help. I can see if I can answer them. But this is the information on what's going on with Pedasi. Okay, take care, guys. Have a good day.